Roy Mitchell. I'm originally from Cincinnati, Ohio area, but I've been living in upstate New York for the last 10 years. I originally enlisted in November of '88, went to basic training July of '89. First deployment was to Panama for Just Cause in '89-90. Took a break in service in '92, into the reserves till '95. Rejoined active duty in '98 and been in ever since. And I've had 2 deployments to Afghanistan since all this current stuff. November 23rd, 2003, vehicle, we were out on a presence patrol. It was a patrol where we were relieving a sister company along the Pakistan border, and the vehicle hit an anti-tank mine, Russian ordnance that was left from the Russians' occupancy of Afghanistan. Technically, there's 2 borders that are recognized, one a local border by the locals, and then there's an international border. According to the locals, I was in Pakistan, but by the international border, I was a few hundred yards inside Afghanistan when it happened. So if you remember the Pat Tillman incident, the football player, my incident happened before his, but in the same general area, along that Pakistan border. 10 months worth of recovery at Walter Reed. I kind of fought to get back to Fort Drum, so they were trying to permanently assign me to Walter Reed. Thankfully, I had a good chain of command that I had to make a phone call and say, hey, don't release me, and they didn't, because the goal was to finish out this 20 years. So I'm still on active duty. I had to switch to a new job, but 2003, 10 months worth of recovery. Then 2007, early part, February, March timeframe is when I got my official notification that the Army was going to let me stay. Then it's just been going to different schools, trying to make things happen and keep moving up. My dad introduced me to golf when I was 8, so I'd been playing the majority of my life. And when this happened, I struggled with trying to learn how to play the game of golf again. So I actually stepped away from the game completely for about 3 years. Then the SMGA had come in while I was at Walter Reed and started introducing me to the game again and showing me how I can swing the golf club and not have to get these special clubs that are longer and all this other modifications. Actually showed me how I can hit a standard club again. And then it's just taken off from there. Upstate New York, we get 5 months worth of winter. So the golf season usually opens up first part of May, and most of the courses will close by 2nd or 3rd week of October. Of course, if you're a member of a club, you can play after they close and before they open if there's good weather. But most of the time, we'll have about 5 months to where we can't play at all. I heard about it last year, but unfortunately, I had training and some other requirements that happened at the same time. So I didn't submit anything, and the same notification came down through my unit this year. So I kind of manipulated my schedule because technically I'm supposed to be somewhere this week, but I was able to finagle around it, and it just really worked out. I think just spending this time with my father, he's getting up there. He's got some illness issues, so his being able to travel is starting to go down. So just being able to spend this time and knowing he's going to be there is what I'm really looking forward to.